Happy Sunday morning, May 16, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Sunday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Sunday morning, so let's begin. First step, Plymouth among remaining New Hampshire municipalities with mask ordinance in place. Confusion ensues. Some towns and cities will review their mask ordinance at next meetings next week. Plymouth's meeting is on May 24th. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The past year has tested the toughness of every last one of us. Mahindra tractors have been there.
Well, New Hampshire lifted its COVID-mandated rules last week, but some cities and towns still require masks, which means businesses in those areas must also require them as well, and that's causing confusion among customers. Like many businesses, the past year has been all about adapting to the changing world for Christy Nesturik, owner of Main Street Station in Plymouth. From building a new deck to accommodate social distancing to sanitizing every inch of the business while following health guidelines.
We do take it a step further. In fact, we're one of the only restaurants that hadn't had to close because of an exposure, which is, I think, says a lot.
Now the restaurant is dealing with somewhat of an unexpected conundrum. What to do about masks? Plymouth currently has a mask ordinance in place, even though the governor has ended statewide COVID-19 mandates. And that's causing some confusion among customers, says Nesturik.
They don't understand why they keep having to wear them. And, I keep saying it's really not my rule.
In recent days, Nesturik says her staff has even received pushback.
People were just absolutely refusing to and leaving. So we were actually losing business. And then if they didn't have masks, we would supply them. That cost us money also.
Town officials plan to review the mask ordinance on May 24th.
We've been following the CDC guidelines, so we're paying careful attention to what's going on around us, so I think the board will just, take that into account, what they see out there, how the numbers are going.
Nashua, Keene, and Lebanon also have mask mandates in place. They will review their ordinances next week as well. Here in Manchester, there's no citywide mandate, but masks are required in city-owned buildings. Reporting live in Manchester, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Three new COVID-19 deaths in New Hampshire Saturday, one related to a long-term care facility. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The past year has tested the toughness of every last one of us. Mahindra tractors have been there.
New Hampshire's COVID-19 case rate continues to drop, according to the latest round of data from the state. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Charisse LeClaire. The 7-day average for new daily cases is now 160, A month ago, that was at 441. Here's where we stand tonight in the pandemic in New Hampshire. 145 new infections reported today, bringing the state total to more than 97,000 confirmed cases since the start of this. 97% of the patients recovered from COVID-19. Active cases are now at the lowest point since the end of October. 1,338 people are currently being treated for COVID-19. 3 new deaths were announced. 1 is connected with a long-term care facility, and 52 people are currently hospitalized.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Woman trapped in bathroom during house fire evacuated by dairy fire and police. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Their reviews? Our reviews.
I'm so happy.
Find out what we're all about at adamvroofing.com.
Commercial companies encountered heavy fire in the front of the building and the left-hand side of the building.
Dairy Fire says they received a call at 4:14 this morning for a house fire on Berry Road. They, along with Dairy Police, evacuated 2 people, one of whom was trapped.
While crews were responding to the scene, they received an additional 911 call from a female reporting that she was trapped and barricaded in the bathroom.
Dairy Fire says when they received the call, firefighters were on another call and surrounding towns helped.
It took 30 minutes to get the fire under control. We were assisted by multiple mutual aid companies. A total of 40 firefighters responded. They used a transitional attack on the exterior to knock the bulk of the fire, while 1 line went inside the front of the structure for search for life hazards and fire.
The cause of the fire is currently under investigation. This afternoon, the State Fire Marshal's office was at the home, along with Dairy Police's crime scene unit truck. Dairy Fire expressed pride in everyone's ability to work together against the fire and getting people out safely.
We were fortunate at this time how, with the support of our mutual aid partners, how we were quickly able to put out the fire. I'm very proud of all the members and the Dairy police officers that responded and assisted with their safe removal. It definitely could have ended in a more tragic manner.
And Dairy Fire says 2 Dairy police officers were evaluated for minor smoke inhalation but later returned to the scene. No one can stay in the home tonight. Red Cross has been in touch with at least 1 of the occupants.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Police asking for information about body found in Northwood. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For the easy and the complex, the small stuff and the big, we're here with the affordable local loans, easy to manage accounts, and financial advice to help you blaze a trail, figure stuff out, and make your money go farther. We're Granite State Credit Union. Live bold.
This morning, the Northwood Police Department asking for information about a body found in a wooded area off of Old Pittsfield Road. A person walking their dog first spotted the body and called police. Officers believe the body is a man around 40 to 50 years old. An autopsy has confirmed his identity. However, that is being withheld until next of kin is notified. Officials say there's no risk or threat to the public.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And let's go into a cooking segment right now. And we are going to take a look at this recipe. Cook's Corner Pumpkin Seed Crusted Salmon. Let's take a look.
To be a part of the team at Caesar Chimney Service, the only prerequisite is be just a little bit crazy. We can train you to...
How you doing, folks? I am Chef Patrick Hall from Lakes Region Community College. Hey, listen, summer's coming up, all right? And so we want to try to give some ideas to you on things, on different dishes. People ask me all the time about different dishes we can do. I'm going to show you some right now. We're right here in our U.S. Regional and Fusion Cuisine, okay? So your U.S. Regional Cuisine is all about fusion. It's about, we're a big melting pot here in the United States. So all our ingredients that we use in these classes kind of reflect that. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do a salmon for you. It's going to be a pumpkin seed crusted salmon, and we're in our Southwest Rocky Mountain region area today, and I'm going to show you how to cook that. So I got a nice hot pan here. I got some nice salmon flakes. What I've done is I've taken some pumpkin seeds and I've ground them up inside of a food processor and mixed them with a little bit of cornmeal. All right, so we're going to have our nice wet product, and we're going to crust this inside these pumpkin. Okay, so I got my nice little oil right here. I'm going to take my salmon flakes and literally just kind of put these over the top and just pack them down. So you get a nice crust of pumpkin seed on the outside of our salmon. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this inside of a pan. And we're going to let that sear. We're also going to serve this, okay, and when you try this is fantastic, with a little bit of Southwest risotto, okay? What I've done is I've taken a boreal rice, and I've taken our rice and we put it inside of a nice pot. We browned and toasted the rice a little bit, reduced it down with a little bit of white wine, some chicken stock, and then also some cumin, chili powder, and we've also used some garlic and some onion powder. So we're going to reduce that down. We'll put the wine, cover the wine over the risotto after it's toasted, reduce it down. We cover it back up with a little bit of chicken stock, reduce it down again, bring it back up, and reduce it down 3 times, and then you have that spiciness. We're going to go ahead and add some butter, some whole cold butter. Now you cannot add butter to a pan like this, or else it'll burn, but you have to put a little bit of oil in there. So we're going to add a little bit of that. I also have some garlic. So I got my pumpkin seed crusted salmon. I add a little bit of garlic to this. And last but not least, I'm going to add some white wine. This is going to create a little sauce in the bottom of the pan. The salmon fillets are nice and thin, okay? And we can eat salmon a little bit on the medium rare side. We got a nice pumpkin seed crusted salmon over a southwestern risotto, a little bit of squash salsa, cilantro pesto aioli, all right? And all those ingredients together make an awesome, awesome dish.
Okay, and there you go on that little cooking segment. Looks like a good recipe there. Biden speaks with Palestinian and Israel leaders. Let's take a listen to that video from CBS News.
It's here.
Today, President Biden spoke with both Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas. CBS's Christina Ruffini is at the White House with details. Christina, good evening.
Good evening, Adriana. In both those conversations, the White House says President Biden urged the parties to find a way to de-escalate this and resolve the violence. And in his conversation with Prime Minister Netanyahu, he urged protections for the press. As you saw in Imtiaz's piece, that building that was leveled contained the Associated Press, Al Jazeera, and other media outlets. Now, the journalists were able to get out, but they lost their archives and a lot of equipment. The head of the Associated Press said in a statement earlier today that people will know less about what's happening in Gaza because of what happened there today.
Christina, does the U.S. or the international community have much influence to push for de-escalation?
Like most things in the region, it's complicated. Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump had a very close relationship. That relationship is not the same under President Biden. As you remember, there were those Abraham Accords where 4 Muslim-majority states normalized relationships with Israel. Now, analysts seem to have been arguing in equal measure over the last few days whether those set the stage and kept the lid on violence or whether they set up what we're seeing now, right? Whether they helped or hurt. The relationship with President Biden is not as warm because there was a very contentious past when President Netanyahu very, very strongly opposed the Iran nuclear deal, which which President Biden advocated for under the Obama administration. So we'll have to see what comes in the days and weeks ahead. Adriana?
Christina Ruffini with important context. Thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And thank you for joining us for this Sunday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.